want it, get it, don't ever give up, you got it. You wanna make it, then chase it, no one can stop you. They're gonna hate you, but let them hate you, that's fine. Cause if they stand in your way, then you gotta leave them behind.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Sam Burns, and welcome back to episode 35 of the South Alabama Dynasty. We are here in week 2 of year 3 doing some recruiting, just moving some points around. Obviously, it's really early, so we haven't had anyone commit yet, but we're working on that, working on getting a good recruiting class heading into year 4. So you'll just see moving some points around and doing all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and we have a coach upgrade for offensive coordinator Brian Wright. We're going to go ahead and put that toward the level 2 skill for Cannon, which will help out Bilal Marshall. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and look at some of the top stories. You know, there weren't many games in week 1. There's a lot of teams playing their first games here in week 2. But we are going to go ahead and now look at the top 25, and you'll see number 5 Nebraska. That's who we got to face this week. We're on the road at number 5 Nebraska. This will be a really tough game, probably the toughest game of this entire series. We've never really played an opponent that hard, so hopefully we'll pull out the victory. And then you'll look who is ranked 27th with 73 votes. That is the South Alabama Jaguars after that victory over NC State. We sit at 3rd in our division right now with no conference wins, but a victory in this game would all but guarantee us a top 25 spot. And if we would, obviously if we run the tables, we're going to go to a BCS game, but that's way too far ahead. Looking at your players of the week from last week's game against NC State before we get into this game against Nebraska.
Glad to have you with us in the studio. I'm Reese Davis, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Lincoln is a sea of red. On game day, Memorial Stadium becomes one of the largest cities in the state. That's because these fans know the big red thrashing machine is ready and open for business. Nebraska going for a huge victory at home today. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming right at you. Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I are back at halftime.
So Nebraska's without their starting quarterback Tommy Armstrong Jr., so it's going to be Clint Wilson getting the start today, and he's going to take the option on the left side, and he's going to get a pretty good gain right there. Clint Wilson going to go ahead and get 8 yards on the first play of the Nebraska drive, and now a 2nd down and 2. Handing off to the running back. He's got some room, and that is Amani Cross, a 24-yard gain. And now here that brings up a 3rd down and 16 later in the drive. Wilson back to pass, and he really kind of throws that to no one, out of bounds. They're going to go ahead, and I believe they attempt a very long field goal. They were dead center, and it just didn't quite get there. It was wide left and a little short, it looked like. So that will give us the ball back with some pretty good field positions. You go ahead and see number 12 Notre Dame takes down number 7 Louisville. Pretty big win right there for Notre Dame. So they were coming off a loss last week to currently number 1 Texas. So, pretty big win for them, and you'll go ahead and see Troy beats New Mexico State in a Sun Belt Conference game. So we got a 2nd down and 7 now. Bilal Marshall here coming on the road. This junior quarterback is going to scramble up the middle, and he will slide down after a pretty good gain right there. Bilal Marshall doing some pretty good improvisation right there. Good job, seeing the field, seeing the hole up the middle. And now Marshall's going to go over the middle for Kyle Clifford. That's a 15-yard gain for Clifford, his first catch of the day. Now on 1st down and 10, Marshall, play action pass. He is going to go ahead and scramble. He breaks a tackle, and he is going to get down around the 1st down. That's a 2nd and inches now. And now he is going to go ahead and keep that and get in the end zone. Bilal Marshall, a 4-yard touchdown run. That is his 4th on the season. He's having a pretty good year running the ball as well as throwing the ball. Now 3rd down and 6 for Clint Wilson on the next Nebraska drive. And he's going to go ahead and find Janovich. And that is going to be a 20-yard gain for Andy Janovich. Now a 1st down and 10. Wilson's going to fire on the left side for Westerkamp. He's got some room after breaking a tackle, and he's going to be finally taken down after an 18-yard gain. Jordan Westerkamp with a pretty good, pretty good catch right there. Now 3rd down and 10. Clint Wilson back to pass, and he throws it out of bounds. Clint Wilson not having the best today throwing the ball. He's doing pretty well running the ball. But another field goal attempt here for Nebraska. And this one looking like it's wide right. No, it bounces off the upright and in. So Nebraska catches a break and gets on the board as we head into the second quarter. The unranked Jaguars have a 7-3 lead over number 5 Nebraska, looking really competitive and looking really good, especially on defense, forcing a lot of 3 and outs. That's why I haven't been able to show many of Nebraska's drives, because a lot of them were 3 and outs. So starting off here, Bilal Marshall is going to go up the middle again and slide down after getting about 11 yards for a first down. Marshall's really good at that. He's been a lot better at, not turning over the ball this year. So Marshall back to pass. He's going to find Kyle Clifford over the middle. That is a 10-yard gain for Kyle Clifford. His second catch of the day. He's up to 25 yards receiving. Now Marshall again going to go over the middle on a slant play. That's Dejan Funderbunk with the 7-yard catch for a first down. His first catch on the day. And now Marshall is going to go ahead and keep this one on the read option. He's got some room on the left side, and he is taken down after he gets the first down. Marshall is up to 62 yards rushing, averaging about 10.3 yards a carry. Now Marshall going to fire over the middle for Kyle Clifford. He can't quite get in the end zone, but he gets that first down that was at about the 2-inch line. And just like that, Billy Cooper, the second-string running back, is going to punch it in the end zone. And the Jaguars have a 14-3 lead, really putting on a show so far. So here is the next time we get the ball. 3:52 remaining in the first half, and Ryan Anka is going to catch this one, a 23-yard gain, his first catch of the day. Now Marshall back to pass. He's got a man deep. He fires. It's Matt Harris into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaguars. That is a 32-yard touchdown catch from Matt Harris, and that is the first touchdown pass for Bilal Marshall. He's up to 114 yards passing as the Jaguars take a 21-3 lead. Now with only 37 seconds remaining here in the first half, the Jaguars get the ball back with a chance to make something happen. Marshall going deep. He's got a man. It's Matt Harris again. Touchdown, Jaguars. And South Alabama leads number 5 Nebraska 28-3 heading into halftime. And this is the biggest shocker really we've ever seen in this Dynasty series. I never expected to come into Nebraska and just absolutely dominate them in the first half. You know, they haven't really put up much of a fight. As you'll see the stats right here, they've only put up less than 100 yards, which is really, I mean, I don't know what word to use. It's kind of pathetic to say the least. They're the number 5 team in the country. They're supposed to be a national championship contender, yet they can't do that. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start off the second half. Clint Wilson in Nebraska has the ball, and Clint Wilson is going to go ahead and scramble off the broken pass right there. He's going to get a pretty good gain right there. That's about a 17-yard gain for Clint Wilson. Now on a first down and 10, Wilson in shotgun again. He's back to pass, and he is sacked right there. A loss of 6, and that is Akeem Lewis right there on the sack, his second sack of the day. Now Wilson back to pass. He's firing over the middle for Moore, and Moore is going to go ahead and get 13 of those 16 right there. Alonzo Moore with his first catch of the day. And now a second down and 8 for Clint Wilson, as he is back to pass, and he's going to go ahead and scramble up the middle. He's doing a really good job finding the open holes in the defense, and Clint Wilson gets down inside the 20 after getting that first down. And now Wilson back to pass on 3rd and 13. He is going to fire. He finally finds a guy, but he is brought down short. Tariq Allen is brought down just a yard short of the first down. So that brings up this 4th down and 1. Wilson handed off to Amani Cross, and he's short. They don't get it. Amani Cross is taken down short of the first down line. And that brings up a 3rd down and 11 here on the next South Alabama drive. Bilal Marshall got a man deep, and he goes up and gets it. Matt Harris hangs onto the ball somehow, and he is still going down to about the 42-yard line. A 51-yard reception for Matt Harris. Big catch right there, and that puts Bilal Marshall over 200 yards passing. And now Marshall back to pass again. He will fire right there for Thompson on the right side. That's a 12-yard gain for Anthony Thompson, and his first catch on the season, I believe. And that brings up a 2nd down and 8 now later in the drive. Bilal Marshall back to pass, and he throws it to the wrong team. That is his 2nd interception on the season, and the first turnover of the day for either team. So pretty good job hanging on the ball so far, but they couldn't do anything with it, obviously. Now Marshall is going to go deep for Matt Harris, and this game is absolutely just a blowout. 53-yard touchdown catch for Matt Harris, and that makes it 35-3 here as we near the end of the 3rd quarter. It's really been a pathetic effort by Nebraska. You know, they've had a couple good drives. their 2 field goal drives weren't bad, and then that last drive where they ended up not converting the 4th down was a pretty good drive. But other than that, they really haven't done much in the ways of offense or defense. It's been really pathetic. And here, having the ball again, Bilal Marshall is going to go ahead and scramble on 3rd down and 11, and he is going to fire for Dejan Funderbuck, a 26-yard gain down around the 20-yard line. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, this is the makings. I mean, it's already a blowout. It's already an upset. South Alabama leading number 5 Nebraska 35-3. I'm pretty sure none of you expected this. I didn't expect this. So this drive would end up setting up a field goal from Logan Gunn, and he's going to put that one through and make it a 38-3 ball game. It is a 5-possession game right now, which is just absolutely ridiculous. I think that we came on the road to Nebraska and we have a 35-point lead. And speaking of a pretty big game, number 6 Georgia, number 19 South Carolina facing off, and number 19 South Carolina's got a 41-34 lead with about 12 minutes remaining in that one. So that's a pretty good ball game. So we'll see who ends up pulling that one out as we head into next week. And now a 1st down and 10 for Clint Wilson. He's going to go ahead and scramble, avoids a tackler, and he's going to get the 1st down, about a 17-yard gain for Clint Wilson. And now he is back to pass once again, firing on the left side. He's got a man, it's Moore, and he is taken down, but not after a 14-yard gain. So 3rd down and 6 now. Clint Wilson back to pass, and he's going to go ahead and scramble up the middle again, and another missed tackle. This Jaguars defense really isn't that good. It's our weak point for sure. Our offense is way stronger than our defense. But that brings up a 2nd down and 8, and nearly intercepted. But Jordan Westerkamp is going to go ahead and get 14 yards. And now 1st down and 10. Clint Wilson is going to find a Monty Cross on the screenplay, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers, as they cut this lead to 28 points. But they couldn't really do anything the rest of the game, as we would just run out the clock. So that is your ball game. South Alabama upsets number 5 Nebraska on the road, 38-10. Huge win for the Jaguars. This will for sure put us in the top 10, or not the top 10, excuse me, the top 25. You know, maybe for the rest of the season. We don't have many tough games remaining. We have a game at Tennessee, and then we have our conference schedule, but isn't that tough? I think our toughest game really on our schedule left is Tennessee, and then the game in Georgia State. That's always a tough game against Ian Voigt's Panthers. So anyways, we go ahead and get this huge upset, 38-10. It was a big win for the program, probably the biggest win in program history, especially coming on the road. Matt Harris is your player of the game. And yeah, so I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy. The Jaguars have improved to 2-0 in the season. Looking to go 3-0 next week against an FCS team. So peace.